This is a Global Player original podcast.
The two words I hate being thrown together more than any other. Smart casual.
Sauvignon
my
Blanc.
goodness me.
If I had a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, I might use it to, if I
Clean
got...
the lavatory.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
is it a British thing? Or is everyone embarrassed of farts?
Oh, look at the face. It's thinking. This is a thinking face.
So, no paragliding.
DLs, welcome back to the Wittering Whitehalls from Whitehall Towers on this spring morning, Michael Whitehall. You're looking very dapper. Orange tie today. Very nice.
Actually,
I bought
I've
you
got
that.
a confession to make.
Okay.
I'm wearing a clash. I'm wearing an orange tie
Yes.
with yellow socks, which is inexcusable.
Yes.
Inexcusable.
Yes. How very dare you.
Yeah.
Quite St. Clement's, if I may be
Yes.
so bold. Was there a drink called a St. Clement's, which I believe was
Yes, there was.
orange juice
and
with
lemons.
lemonade?
Yeah.
Yeah. In my youth, do you know, I used to drink something that now would make me literally heave. I used to drink white wine with lemonade. I mean, what the frick was that all about? It's like a white wine spritzer, but with lemonade, not soda water. Absolutely gopping.
Yeah, not great.
Not great. But what I
Now
love about...
Sorry, you...
I was just about to say, what I love about that is that the blue spots of the tie
Yes.
on orange tie match the blue check on the jacket. Is that a Claire McInnes?
It is.
It's really good, that.
I was looking to pick out that blue.
Yeah,
from
she
the
is
tie.
good, babe, Claire
The
McInnes.
tie is by somebody called Frederick Thomas,
Yes.
who I think is a made-up name.
You know where that came from, don't you? Because I gave it to you.
From that,
Stumper and Fielding.
yeah.
The purveyors of fine tie work.
Yeah.
Particularly of a knitted nature, a la John Lloyd.
No, I think it's very
we
nice,
we
right?
need all the tropes, don't we, PPJ? I am wearing, Michael, today, Cotton Traders. Because this is a hat. This is a throw-on dress. Because
Well,
it's
that
all...
dress was Cotton Traders,
Yes,
was it?
it's pleated.
very
I
nice.
love it because you can throw it in a suitcase and it doesn't
chic.
get crushed.
What's it made of then?
Some sort of artificial material.
No, I think it's very nice.
Thank you. I quite like it. Yeah, it's
Delightful.
quite casual
Charming, yes.
and yet smart.
Yeah.
The two words I hate being thrown together more than any other. Smart, casual. Which were the words that we were given the other day when we went for dinner with our friends who are, as you know, melded into one name, Charles and Alan. We went to Challen's for dinner and I said, what's the dress code? And they said, smart casual, the words that I dread more than any other. Smart casual.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? You get it thrown and bandied around all the time, smart casual.
It was a gorgeous evening too.
It was a lovely
I've
evening.
just written a thank you card.
To
my
Challen.
best writing.
Yes.
To Challen.
Yep.
And we saw lots of people, lovely people.
Well, that's my
lovely
point.
life.
I'm coming on to that because we saw, for a start,
Yeah.
Annabel Croft in person, up close and personal, who confirmed that the lady in the photograph we sent via somebody else many, many moons ago, can just see a bit of a race ticking off over out there, was indeed her mother. So the double date has been confirmed as Barry Whitehall, Michael Whitehall, Annabel Croft's mother and her sister double dating in the, what do we think, late 50s? Mid 50s?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. We have it, DLs.
And it was
confirmed.
somewhere like
Paynton.
or
Yes.
one of those holiday resorts. And I was quite taken with her mother, except that her mother, I think I found her mother a bit...
Strong?
Yes.
Yes. Punchy.
Yeah.
Annabelle alluded to the fact that she was
Yes,
quite
she
a character.
did.
Quite a character.
Yes,
That's how
she
we'll
said.
cover that. Yeah.
She said she was quite
Yes.
a character, my
And
mum.
you got the name wrong, and I now can't remember what the correct name was. You said they were called the Poulter sisters, but it wasn't that. There's another name, and I can't remember what the name was, but it doesn't really matter. But anyway, Annabel Croft, I'm going to say this, deals, because, you know, there's that nightmare thing of when you meet somebody who's very well known and I hate this word, but I'm going to use it with the old celebrity, well known, and they're somewhat disappointing. Annabel Croft delivered. She was absolutely charming.
Very nice, very natural.
Very nice, very natural, very normal.
People always say
Very normal,
that,
very natural.
even if it's someone who a person who goes up to somebody quite famous, and they go up and say, "Oh, aren't you so and so? I'm a big fan of yours." And they say,
Can you look at the mic, Beb? That's your camera and that's your mic.
Right, okay.
Looking off into...
Well, no, I was looking at our producer.
Yeah, but you're looking into space.
Told him this story.
In terms of your camera, you're looking like you're looking at nothing.
Fine.
So down the barrel of the...
So even people who go up to somebody in the street and a fan and sort of say, "Oh, hello, I know who you are," and all that. If the person says, as one or two actors that I have met would say, and indeed one or two that we have mentioned on our various programs would say, "Why don't you just fuck off?"
Oh, there it is. We haven't had an F-bomb for a while.
They'd still come back and say, "Oh, he was really nice. I mean, he's, you know, we met him and he was nice. I mean, he was obviously busy, and he was talking to somebody else, and maybe a little bit maybe a bit
punchy.
grumpy, but but really nice and really natural."
The best.
So that you'd get back from a fan with the F word.
Yeah.
But if you were just...
Charming.
If you just said charmingly, "Oh, thank you very much," or "Nice to meet you," I mean, they'd be in ecstasies.
Yeah. The best one for me was when we, at one stage, had some drain issues. This was years ago. And we had he wasn't Dino Rod, but a Dino Rod type person in to deal with the drains. And he got chatting to us. And I can't remember why he came up in the conversation, but you mentioned Stratford Johns, who at the time was quite a big star.
He was a big star from doing Z Cars,
and Softly,
which was
Softly.
very successful. And he was, one of the big TV stars in his day.
Yeah. And I think at the time he was doing Annie in the West End. He was playing Daddy Warbucks in the West End.
A double header. And I looked after him, and he was absolutely charming.
Yes,
he was. South African.
When you say charming, he had his moments, because didn't he get into trouble for using the F word in front of Annie off stage?
Oh yes, I mean, when I say he was charming, I mean he was always charming to me. But when he did Annie, which was, as you know, a musical with lots of children in it,
including one called Annie.
The
F word was used.
The F word was used on one of the children who came into his dressing room by mistake and
trod on his foot.
And said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Stratford Johns, I didn't mean to tread on your foot." He said, "Right, okay, fuck off."
Not
she
good.
Came out and said, "Tell me to fuck off."
Didn't you have to ring, the producer rang you and you had to ring him and get him to apologise?
You've got to get an apology out of him for that. Her mother was
was
very
furious.
upset.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, what was it anything to do with her mother?" He said, "Because the mother was in the dressing room
she
with
was
her."
A chaperone, yeah. We've come off topic because the point being that Stratford Johns came up in conversation with the Dino Rod man, who then said, "Oh, yeah, lovely man, lovely man. I've done his drains. Yeah, I went to his house, made me a cup of tea. What I loved about him, very natural, very normal." Very natural, very normal, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love the idea of Stratford Johns making a cup of tea for the Dino Rod man.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a man who didn't know his way around a kettle.
No.
I suspect that Nan Stratford Johns probably made him a cup of tea, not Alan, as he was known.
There's quite a lot of Alan in my book.
In your new books.
My new book,
Shark
which has
Infested
been
Waters.
reissued.
Which is available on all good book-selling platforms.
And will be for some time yet.
It's back in print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in print. In paperback.
Yes.
Not overpriced.
Yep.
A very modest price. With a few extra things in it.
Michael Morpurgo.
Patricia Hodge, they're in it.
Could I just drag us back to Challen's dinner? Because also at Challen's dinner was Andrew Castle, who did a little video for Jack's Stag Do, where he referenced the fact that Jack was a shit tennis player because his younger brother, Barney, always beats him at tennis. That went well.
Yeah, that went well.
Yeah. Love a bit of Andrew Castle. Quite punchy again. Really
Quite
liked
punchy.
him.
When I said to him, my family, my sons, Jack and Barney, my sons, absolutely, huge fans of yours, as indeed am I. My only criticism of you, personally, I mean, obviously, is that you do go on a bit sometimes.
Oh, he didn't
do you know
like
what I
that.
mean?
He did not like that, did he?
He said, "What do you mean, go on a bit?" I said, "Well,
You talk
sometimes
too much." And he quite rightly said, "I'm a commentator. That's what I'm paid to do."
Yes,
and you said, "Well, I think you could just rein it in a bit."
Yeah. And then you said, if you think you talk too much, try living with him.
Exactly.
And you pointed at me.
Yes.
So it all got very personal. Anyway, he was very sweet.
He was
nice,
very charming.
And we loved him.
Millie Fox was there. Amelia Fox of Silent Witness fame, who we haven't seen for ages.
And she was lovely.
Yes, charming.
And we promised to get together.
Yeah.
So I was her agent for 5 minutes when she first started. And then I think
she sacked you, didn't she?
She sacked me because
she
thought she wanted somebody a bit younger.
Well, and also you were looking after her mother and father at the time, and I think she felt it was a bit crowded in the Fox department.
Thought it was a bit weird.
She was charming. She was, and sitting between her and myself was Mrs. Castle, very elegant, very beautiful. I got jumpsuit envy. She had an amazing jumpsuit on.
Do you get that often?
Yeah, I do. I see a jumpsuit and I want that jumpsuit. She looked amazing. But the purpose of my preamble here, we'll get there and then we'll get on with some emails. The Fellowses were there, Julian and Emma Fellows. I'm going to do you the shoe story now because we were talking about age gaps because they have a little bit of an age gap, and we were talking about the difficulty with age gaps and introducing to the parents. When Emma met Julian decided within half an hour of meeting her that he was going to get married to her. She needed a little bit longer to think about it because it was just the half hour. And she then decided that she ought to introduce Julian to her mother. Sadly, her father had died by then. So she introduced Julian to her mother, and her mother's only takeaway comment from the said meeting was that he's got very small feet, was her comment. So my mother's comment when she met you was, "Will reserve judgment." I think, was she Lady Fellows as well? No, sorry, Lady Kitchener. Anyway, Emma's mum, her takeaway was, he's got very small feet. And Julian said, in the telling of this tale the other night, he said, it was quite handy though having small. I said, how small are your feet? And he told me what size his feet were. And he said, and then Emma and he discussed the fact that Emma said he's very useful. I mean, those feet are very useful because what he does is he breaks in my shoes for me. So he wears them around the house so that by the time I get into them, they're ready to be worn outside. So it's marvellous. And he said, yes, 1 or 2 occasions I have been caught out because I've been wearing a pair of kitten heels round the house and the doorbell has gone and a delivery man has come and I've forgotten that I'm wearing her kitten heels. And I open the door and there I am in a pair of kitten heels that I'm breaking in for Emma. And I just have to sort of style it out. But I thought, very sweet.
I think that could go down as an eccentric story of the aristocracy.
Definitely. Definitely. Lady Fellows is an amazing woman. An unusual woman.
She sat next to me.
She held your hand.
And held my hand almost right through the 3-course dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it was unusual because it was a buffet. We had a starter, and then it was a buffet of epic proportions. Yes. Absolutely delicious. Anyway, Michael, I think what we need to do is get on with an email. Yeah, so, Michael Whitehall.
Is this I've got a bit of?
No. We're going to go down to the bottom there and read that one.
My father and I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear Michael and Hilary.
My father and his family lived at 31 Gwendolen Avenue in Putney.
Wowza!
During the war. One evening during the war, they took refuge under the grand piano. When all the racket was over, I love the spelling of racket there with it, as in tennis racket. I think it's a slang word, and I think it's R-A-C-K-E-T. but raquet.
A raquette.
When all the raquet was over, they came out to discover that the house had been bombed and they could see the stars from where they stood
Wowzer.
in the sitting room.
Wow.
The damage was so bad they had to seek other accommodation. The house was completely rebuilt.
Wow. Okay.
During this time, the family moved to Marlow. My grandmother liked Marlow so much that they settled. My grandmother liked Margot. My grandmother liked Marlow so much that they settled permanently in the area, and the houses in Gwendolen Avenue, was sold. Love the podcast. Hang on to your marbles, Michael. You are the best.
Oh.
Louisa Fulham.
Oh, so she hasn't moved very far away then. Well, do you think we need to look at the bomb damage book, of which we have talked many times, Michael? It happens to be here, DLs, in front of me. Those of you watching on YouTube will see that it is in place, ready to go. Right, Michael Whitehall.
So how are we going to do this?
I'm going to hand it over to you on the correct page.
Yes.
Sorry.
It is such a good book. Huh?
PPJ is rubbing his head because the mic's in the wrong place. And oh my God, it's carnage here. Hang on.
Where did you find this book?
Online. And I now can't find the page. I marked it specifically with
there's a thing
there
here.
There we go. Right. Gwendolen Avenue, Michael Whitehall.
For anybody who is
listening.
For anybody who's just an audio listener, I think the comfort that you can take is that even the people who are watching this on video are only getting so much out of it. What they're seeing is two people looking at a book, and then what I might put in is a photograph of the page of the book that they decide is the relevant one.
Right, are you cross with us, PPJ?
No, I just am interested to see how this plays out and what we end up with. Because what we're doing is we're pushing the boundaries of podcasting. Here.
Which is what you want us to do, isn't it?
We are. Let's see.
Let's go with it.
Let's see.
Right, Michael Whitehall.
So here it is. Where?
You don't know where it is, do you?
No. There's a thing around there, but
that is where it is.
Oh, there it is.
And actually,
God, look.
Yeah, it's those little things there.
So this is marked Putney, page 113.
Yep.
And there is their house.
Lots of bomb damage in that particular area of Gwendolen Avenue. Yeah.
Because if you looked at that bit of Gwendolen Avenue, for example,
yeah,
or if you looked at that bit of Putney, there's hardly any.
Weirdly, Molly Whitehall in the process of moving, and she is moving to a house, Michael, that was completely demolished by a bomb and was rebuilt in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that be in this book?
It will be, but we're not going to look at it now because we're meant to be doing a podcast, Michael.
We could, by popular demand,
yes,
if people kept writing in,
yes,
we could have more episodes where we're sitting looking at a book with a magnifying glass.
Yes, well,
I think the thing is that sometimes when your hand can be forced by popular demand, it's important to note that the opposite can be true. So a lack of demand can also be a pointer that we don't do a thing more.
No.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about with regards to books?
Actually, yes, there is. Because people have been messaging to say that a good few episodes ago now, when Mr. Whitehall took us through his What I'm Reading Right Now list, I enjoyed that very much. So actually, that is popular demand.
Right.
Well, that would be
Yeah.
on the book front, this would be the best time for me to do it.
Yes.
Because I have never had more books on the go at the same time, and I'm beginning to worry.
He's getting out of control. Let me relieve you of this book
Me
here.
of that.
Okay. That would be handy. And then we're going to do that. Goodbye. Goodbye, bomb damage book. Right, there we go. That. Oh, there's a lot of logistics going on here, DLs. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see PPJ walking around, repositioning,
If I'm planning
repoing,
to look
as
at
it's
the
known.
books, that is going to need to be nearer.
Okay.
Can we manage that?
No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Right. Michael Whitehall, would
that's
you like
good.
to take us through your current reading
Yes,
list?
I mean,
ideally quite quickly, because we do have other
Okay.
emails.
Now,
that we need to get through.
normally I just read one book at a time.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I just happen to be reading more than one book at a time.
Okay.
So I will just take you through them.
Right. Shark-infested waters, of course.
I've just finished reading a paper called The Hong Kong Diaries, written by Chris Patton.
Our neighbour.
Which is brilliant.
Yes, as
when
you know.
he was the
Governor of Hong Kong.
governor of Hong Kong.
Who handed
Lord
it back to the
Patton.
Chinese.
Then here, I've just got Tom Bower.
Boyer.
I think
Bowyer.
it's Bower.
Okay.
I think
However.
it's Bower.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not Bauer, I know that. It's Bower.
It's Bower.
Yeah.
Tom Bower. Betrayal,
Yes.
Power, Deceit, and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family. He's a very clever writer.
He does like a sort of an excoriation of
He
people, does he
does.
not? He doesn't
He does.
pull his punches.
No. So I'm looking
Very
forward
punchy.
to that.
Yeah.
That
okay.
is
Yep.
sort of on the table.
Yep. Oh, an old friend.
Anthony Beaver, who's an
Keeney.
old friend of mine,
Yep.
used to be known as
As
Keeney
Beaver. I can't remember why.
about Rasputin and
Oh.
the downfall of the Romanovs.
That's a fascinating story.
Very
the
good
Mad
book.
Monk. Yeah.
Very good read.
Because he definitely bewitched the Romanovs, didn't he? Particularly the Tsarina.
This book, called Constable's Year,
Yes.
is so lovely. It's such a nice book. It goes through all the years
Of Constable's paintings.
Yes, of his paintings and
Oh,
where
nice.
he was, his life and everything. And
Yeah.
absolutely fascinating.
Was he
With
a contemporary
beautiful-
of Turner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Direct.
Because they were quite
contemporary.
competitive,
They
weren't
were
they?
very
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah. And he did sort of rural stuff, and Turner did.
No, they both did the same sort
okay.
of thing.
I thought Turner was more city-based.
No, Turner was painted fields and hills and a lot of sea pictures.
Yes.
But his were a bit more what I would call non-representational.
Than Constable, who
Whereas
was quite.
Constable was very.
He was a bit more of a draftsman, wasn't
Yes,
he? Really?
and his pictures were very beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
So
Constable's
that's
year.
being currently read.
Is this stack that's stacking up here going to be a problem for your shot?
We can assess that.
The Descent,
Okay.
which is witnessing Russia's spiral into madness under Putin.
Okay,
is
that
very
does
good.
what it says on the tin,
Just
presumably.
started reading that.
Yeah.
Written by a man who I was not aware of, called Mark Bennett.
Yeah.
And it's a really exciting and interesting and
Fascinating
totally
book.
depressing book
Yes.
as to what
Yeah.
Putin's doing.
Yeah.
And finally, Alan Bennett, who, as you know, I love.
Nice. Yes.
This is meant to be his final book. I mean, he's 90.
Yeah.
And he says it's his final book, and it's a classic.
It's his diaries.
It's
isn't
his
it?
diaries.
Is it charming, Michael?
It's charming.
As only Alan
it's
Bennett
funny.
can
It's intelligent. It's Alan Bennett.
be. Alan Bennett at his best.
And Alan Bennett I adore,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah. Anyway, let's
He
get
was
on
in
to the
his
next
early
email, Michael,
80s.
because the DLs are not wanting to listen to us witter endlessly. They want some information and some advice as well. So
Dear Wittering Whitehalls,
this is an easy one.
I'm not sure this email will be picked out, owing to Michael's preference for emails of quality and culture, but we'll see. I had a situation the other day, and I didn't know the right thing to say. I thought I was on my own at work, so I thought it was safe to release a bit of gas. I won't go into detail. No, I'm glad about that. But the result was noticeable. At that moment, somebody came into the room to ask me something. They knew and I knew, but embarrassment meant that I said absolutely nothing. What is the right thing to do if you get caught like this? Is it a British thing, or is everyone embarrassed of farts? Thanks, and surprisingly, Anon.
Anon, yes. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think what the children call them.
Well, I've never...
Trumpingtons or something.
I've never heard them referred to as gas, you see.
Gas.
Before. I would
Wind.
always say I've dropped one, I'm afraid.
Yes. You're very good at dropping one in the car. That's always lethal.
Or if I've got other people in the car, I've got children.
Or the dog.
And I drop one, I say, oh, God.
You're always
Molly,
blaming
what are you
Philly.
doing? Blame Philly.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
And then I can definitely blame any child that is in the car.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, Philly can clear not just a room, but an entire street when she does them, when she's in that mood. Not good.
And you, I mean, you're not a complete stranger to the occasional one.
I fess up to it, though. I might blame a child if there's a child around, but in this situation, you're completely and utterly screwed, Michael.
After you've had a few ales at the local pub.
I have never... I don't like beer, have never liked beer, have never drunk beer, Michael, so I'm not sure where ale is coming into this at all.
Well, maybe a couple of ports.
I'll tell you who's a terrible farter.
Yeah.
Is Jack.
Oh, Jack's terrible.
Travels with My Father is littered with him farting in your presence to annoy you.
Yeah.
How he can produce a fart to order, I don't know. But he can. For comedy effect.
Travels with My Farter.
I like it.
Yes,
I
that's
see what
the
you
name
did there.
of the German series.
Yeah.
It's called.
Yeah. So I think there's a very simple answer to this, Anon. You just have to fess up. And you just have to say to someone, I tell you what I would do if I were you. I'd keep your distance for at least 5 minutes. Just please evacuate the space. Step away from the desk, Mom, because there's been an event. There's been a nuclear event and you need to step away from the desk. Sorry, couldn't help it. It just slipped out, as they say. Yeah, there's no other way, is there, Michael? There's no other way out of this situation. No. Absolutely not. So that's that. Michael Whitehall, would you like to crack on to the next email? Because I think we've done a lot of wittering in this episode.
Is this the next one? This one here?
Yes, I think you'll have a view on this one.
To the Wittering Whitehalls.
Yeah.
I'm possibly one of your younger DLs.
Yeah.
At 19 years old.
Oh, we love a teenage DL. Yes.
But I'm a huge fan.
Oh, bless.
I'm going on holiday with my parents this year. I hope he's not going to ask me to go with him. I can't.
Do you know it's a him?
We've got a
don't know if it's
really busy
Could
time.
be a her, Michael.
Let's see. Well, I haven't got to the end of it yet. I know some people might think this is tragic at 19, but honestly, the idea of going on a typical drinking holiday with people my age is just not my scene. Okay.
Sorry, there's a lot of rustling going on. I just had to do some paperwork. Sorry, PPJ.
So the holiday we're going on will be all-inclusive, which is lovely, but my dad is already stressing everyone out with his calculations and expectations. He's worked out exactly how much it's going to cost if we all just eat a standard meal 3 times a day.
Your favourite word?
And have a certain number of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
He's obsessed that we get our money's worth,
mm-hmm.
which involves overeating,
mm-hmm.
over-drinking, and he's even costed out the discounted activities that are included and is pressuring everyone to go paragliding because it's a waste if we don't.
I like it.
This holiday is not going to be relaxing if he doesn't stop. Please read this email out and tell him to touch grass.
Oh, that I've never heard that expression before. Have you, PPJ?
I am aware of it. I will send you a little...
Oh, you're not going to read it out?
No, so I'll send it to you. You can... Then you'll learn it, and then next time you hear it, you'll know what it means.
Are you suggesting see it, learn it?
Yes.
See it, learn it, do it.
Precisely.
Love it. Okay.
Shall I continue?
Let me just... Okay, yes, we'll come back to that.
I'm really hoping this is the first time Michael has heard this phrase. I'm not giving my name as I don't want my dad to get mad about giving away his identity.
C. Kiss.
Kiss.
Okay.
Very
now,
nice letter.
The cynic...
Email.
Can I just say the cynic in me
Yes.
reading this,
Yeah.
19 years old, going on holiday with parents because they don't fancy the idea of going on a typical drinking holiday with people my age, not my scene. Is it not your scene because this holiday has been paid for by your parents? And any drinking holiday you went on with your own age group, you'd have to pay for. I'm feeling that perhaps that is one of the factors that maybe has coloured your judgment on it. To be honest, your father is very much up my strasse, because I take the view that if you're paying for it, let's make the most of it. Hence my trawling through a breakfast buffet to get as many meals as I possibly can out of it, Michael Whitehall, because that's called getting your money's worth. And actually, if your dad's in the chair, as 'twere, I think you've got to go with your dad's programme. So get that paragliding done. Get that drinking done and get that eating done. What do you feel, Michael Whitehall?
I just don't know what sort of where C is going. What sort of are they going to a hotel?
I would
mean,
imagine
an hotel wouldn't have paragliding included
yes, it might.
in the cost.
It might. When we went to the Seychelles on honeymoon, Michael,
Oh, yes.
those kind of activities were available to the hotel guests.
Oh, really?
But I get the impression that you have to. It's an extra which he's paid for, and the reason he's picked paragliding is because it was on a discount.
Right.
Because he's my kind of guy. Now, in fact, we're going on a family holiday this summer. It's a very, very rare event of me herding the cats, all of our cats, into one place. I have to say that there is an element of us all being there together. There's a lot of crissy-crossy crossing over going on because, as luck would have it, Barney and Tats have got to come back to the UK for a wedding in the middle weekend, just as other people are arriving. But I'm hoping that they're going to come back. So it's a bit up in the air at the moment. But I do appreciate that having a family holiday is quite a lot of organisation. And as the person who's organised our family holiday, which we haven't had for years, they're doing what I say. And C, I think you've got to do what your father says because he's in the chair. But I know what you'd be saying in all of this. Your default position is you'd be moaning about the price of it all.
Charming.
Well, you would. The cost of it all. You'd be having a moan and you'd be saying, you better get up on those paragliders because I've paid for them and they weren't cheap.
I think it's very unlikely that I would be going away on holiday to somewhere where I had to eat a standard meal 3 times a day and have a certain number of drinks. I mean, so the wine waiter would come over and say, what do you want now then? I said, I'll have another glass. You're only having one of them.
Yeah, you're only allowed 3 each.
Yeah.
Of course, your drink of choice would not be on the menu, I don't think, Michael, because you'd be insisting on Chablis Premier Cru.
Yes, I said,
and
what
I
is
don't
the white
think that would
wine?
be on the wine
and
list.
Say it's some Vino Verde or one of those.
Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Have you got a Chablis Premier Cru sort of?
For those of you interested, DLs, whenever we go to a function, as Lady Fellows would call it, and the only white wine offering is a Sauvignon Blanc, that one heads for the door and goes home. Can't do Sauvignon Blanc at all. Glad you laugh, PPJ.
No.
The number of times I've had to explain why he's gone, other than the fact that the wine is shit.
It's always a Sauvignon Blanc. That's always
I know.
No,
That is the drink of choice in a function. It's definitely not a Chablis Premier Cru, that's for sure.
Sauvignon
my
Blanc
goodness me.
is absolutely
The other
vile.
thing
I'd
that-
only use, if I had a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc, I might use it to, if I
Clean
got
the lavatory.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
if there were skid marks in the
Oh,
lavatory,
Michael Whitehall.
I wanted something quite vicious to clear them off.
You'd use that.
I'd use a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc.
You know what you do have to use, don't you?
What?
Can of Coke for skid marks.
Really?
Yeah, put a can of Coke down the loo and that'll get rid of anything.
Jack was always really bad with skid marks.
I mean, too much information, Michael Whitehall?
No, because he doesn't do it now.
I have actually expressed, and I'm going to go with this now.
Yeah.
I had a father, I had 3 brothers, I have 3 brothers, I have 1 son-in-law, I have 2 sons, I have a husband, I now have 2 grandsons, none of whom, the grandson's a bit little, particularly Billy, none of whom know what a toilet brush is for. None of them, including you, is all I'm going to say. It's a boy thing. Girls do know what they're for. Boys do not. Oh, PPJ, I haven't included you in this. I would not presume to find out what the arrangements are in your house, but generally speaking, that is my takeaway. Anyway, back to the holiday, Michael, because toilet brushes were not a thing in the holiday. What do you think? Do you think that C's just got to get on with this? I think I'm not going to be giving the dad a talking to. I'm going to be giving C a talking to and say, get with the programme. Your dad's paying. Get on with it.
I think if I was 19...
Yes. Oh, look at the face. It's thinking. This is a thinking face.
I'd probably play a game.
Yes.
I'd turn it down and said, thanks, Dad, but actually... I've got some friends at school,
at college or whatever,
and we're all going
on a typical drinking holiday.
We're going. No, we're going on. I think we're going to somewhere in Italy, and one of them's father's very rich, and he's booked this villa, and so I think I'm going to go. But do all have a lovely time, and I hope you enjoy all those free meals every 5 minutes in your hotel. He'll then get into begging mode.
Yeah.
And that's the time then to say, okay, I'll come, but on the following conditions. And then boom, 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 boom. And you'll get a deal, the right kind of deal that you want.
I think that's a really mean trick on the dad. Because he's clearly already paid for it. Quite harsh.
No, I don't think it is, because a dad can always get somebody else to come.
Why would he be going with somebody else's child?
Well, because he's be offering him all that.
God.
He's offering him 3 standard meals 3 times a day. Was it 3 meals 3 times a day or 1 meal?
Standard meals 3 times. No, it's 3 meals. 3 meals in the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, Michael. It's what's known, Michael, in the trade as an all-inclusive.
Yes.
Yeah. There's quite a lot included in this holiday. Quite like to know where they're going.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that they say, oh, what does that amount of money you've charged us to go? Well, it includes breakfast and lunch
and dinner
and
drinks.
A hotel room
drinks.
And 2 drinks or something in the evening.
At each meal.
In the bar or each meal.
Yeah.
That's it. It's an all-inclusive holiday.
Why are you looking over there again?
But then when you say, so... no paragliding. And they'd say,
no, that's an extra.
No, we've never had paragliding. What is that exactly?
Where is this holiday?
That's my
generic rural accent.
Holiday sort of voice. And you say, oh, no, we couldn't fix that up. I mean, what hotel is your father talking to about having free paragliding?
It's discounted. They've paid for it.
How
but
do
it's
you
discounted.
know that?
It says here.
It's pressuring everyone
and he's
to go
costed out the
paragliding.
Discounted activities that are included, and he's pressuring everyone to go paragliding because it's on a discount, Michael.
Right.
He's probably got a voucher too.
Right.
Right, I've got to just get to grips with this expression, Michael Whitehall.
Okay.
Touch grass is a slang phrase used to advise someone to step away from the screens, stop spending too much time online, and reconnect with the real world. It is often used as a direct retort when someone is acting out of touch with reality, overly invested on online drama, or arguing intensely over trivial matters. Well,
that's a
apart
good
from the
one.
online content, that absolutely sums up Mr. Whitehall.
What?
Well, you're not on your phone all the time, but you are acting out of touch with reality, overly invested in online drama, or in your case, not online drama, any drama, and arguing intensely over trivial matters. Hello, Michael Whitehall! So I'm going to say to you now, when you're doing all of that, I'm going to say, touch grass, Michael. I like it. I will definitely be needing that on our family holiday because my youth, quite guilty of overuse of the phone. Without further ado, DLs, please do what you know you need to do, and you do so well because you are the beating heart of the podcast. Please rate, review, share, subscribe, tell your friends, follow the show, subscribe on YouTube. Check out YouTube if you haven't already. Keep the emails coming, the witteringwhitehalls@gmail.com. Keep the voice notes and the WhatsApps coming because we love hearing from you. Michael Whitehall brushes, please. 07712 147 236. We will be back on Thursday with a bonus ep. Of course we will. You know how we roll. Please join us then. Until then, I will say farewell and you will say, Michael Whitehall,
keep off the grass.
Or even touch the grass.
Oh, sorry. Touch. Don't touch the grass.
This has been a Global Player original production.